It's Madden NFL 24, and we'll see who rules the skies in today's battle. It's the New York Jets and the Baltimore Ravens, and it's all up next.
Some might say it's cold. Others, like myself and my partner, we say this is football weather as we welcome you to chilly M&T Bank Stadium near the Inner Harbor in Baltimore. Coming up, we got a good matchup on tap here as it'll be the New York Jets taking on the Baltimore Ravens. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. But Charles, this Raven...
Let's go, Baltimore.
Here's a punter, Thomas Morstead, to get this one started. And off we go from M&T Bank Stadium. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. Devin Duvernay.
Already scored.
Catch it. He's in. Touchdown, Ravens.
Touchdown, Baltimore Ravens already.
A heck of a start to this one. We haven't even gotten settled in already in the end zone on the opening kickoff.
And you know what happens, too? Now you got to translate what that means, because I think for a team to just score, their defense, I think they'll be more aggressive now. They'll be bolder. They're playing with a lead and an early one and some momentum. So if you're the offensive coordinator on the other side of the field, you better be prepared for some heavy pressure coming your way. They're going to try and get another big score and a big one early.
Tucker with the extra point, and that makes the score. So how about that for an intriguing start? The opening kickoff of the ball game, return for a touchdown. So now the other return teams out there as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape, up past the 30. So now here comes the Jet offense as they get ready to take over. They'll be led out by Zach Wilson, former second overall pick, now in his third season out of BYU.
What's really attractive about Zach Wilson coming out of college, coming out of BYU, his ability to create and make plays when many people thought they didn't exist. But what's been even better is watch him improve in the pocket.
And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. And the defense not able to get it. From a defensive perspective, what's that moment like when you realize the ball is loose?
It is a moment where all concentration goes right to the football. This is something you've talked about in all your preparation for the game. And you probably talked about since training camp. Knock the ball free, take it away from the other team, and now you have that chance. There's a little bit of deflation when they end up recovering it.
They knocked it free, but couldn't take it away. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Throwing is Wilson. Over the middle, complete. That's Wilson. And he's already got 2 catches on the opening drive. They know he's going to be a handful.
And sometimes you game plan for that offensively. You want to make sure that guy touches the ball, and sometimes it just happens naturally. And then you change your game plan. When he has the hot hand, you keep going back to him because he's running routes with confidence as the game goes on.
It'll be a gain of 2 on the play, but they'll remain a few inches short here with third down looming.
Are you eating, really?
Here's Wilson. He's got his target. That's complete. And he is going to have a Jets first down, and he'll have it by plenty as they're able to keep the drive alive on 3rd and inches. Solid opening drive so far, Charles. They've moved this football into field goal range, but you know that they want to cap this off with 6 and not 3.
Absolutely. As one of the better coaches in the league always tells me, on offense, I want their body.
Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. Odafe Oweh showing off the pass rush skills.
Well, many times when you talk about mobile quarterbacks, you get the sense that they feel like they can get out of any bad situation. They keep moving around and trying to emulate guys like the Scrambler or the Dodger. Instead, they keep losing yardage and digging themselves a hole that they can't get out of.
On second down, a run with home. 36-yard line.
That was a good run, and it got to the second level. And what I mean by that is that's where the linebackers usually play. First level being the defensive front, last level being the secondary. But the strong safety position ended up making the tackle, and oftentimes we call that under pressure.
They sack him back at the 36.
Yeah, quarterback.
Justin
What is
Madubuike
that?
working his way to the quarterback that time. So now make that a second sack for them on this drive.
And Brandon, we hear it every week when we go out to do a game. Everyone talks about playing complementary football. Their offense goes down and scores. They see that, and they want to back them up, and that they did, getting 2 sacks on this first drive.
So Wilson runs off, and now they will go to the man they call Greg DeLay, Greg Zuerlein. Zuerlein's kick is up and through, but now there is a penalty marker on the field, so let's see what this is about. And that flag accepted.
Automatic first down.
So 1st and 10 after a big mistake on 4th down with a penalty. Wilson. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
As this old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out high. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Sacked there by Jadeveon Clowney. And that is the 3rd sack this offensive line has allowed this first quarter.
Yeah, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game, I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center. They do get 10 back, but still a ways to go on 4th. So Wilson runs off, and now they will go to the man they call Greg DeLay, Greg Zuerlein. It'll be a 47-yard attempt from the left hash. Zuerlein's kick is up and through, and they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. And all in all, a pretty decent opening drive, Charles. Pretty balanced. They had the passing game going and the rushing attack, too.
I would think they have to be happy with that start because you get your ground game going, which means your offensive line and your runners are pretty happy, and then you get your aerial attack going as well, so your quarterback and receivers have smiles on their faces. Now both up to speed, awaiting their next possessions for this game. They can't wait to get started again.
The Ravens offense set to go to work, and it's Lamar Jackson now at his 6th NFL campaign who will lead the way.
And he remains the league's premier rushing threat and one of the biggest playmakers among quarterbacks. His goal each and every season, continue to expand his game as a passer.
Come on.
Well-rounded. All those highlight reel plays you see, they come off the fact that he can run it.
All right, we gotta go
It
deep.
scares defenses every time he takes a snap.
2nd and 10. Play action. Now Jackson. That's complete. It's Rashad Bateman. Now inside the 25. Rashad Bateman.
Rashad Bateman for the Baltimore touchdown. Let's go, Rashad.
5 yards. And the Ravens are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
Pardon me, you know what the real key is to stopping a good passing attack?
You tell me.
Being able to tackle as soon as a guy catches the football.
Didn't work out there.
No, because when you give up the big run after catch, the rack yardage, that puts your defense in a big-time stressful position.
A lot of rack yardage and a touchdown there on the big play. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and that pushes the lead up to 11. After one, a 14-3 ball game. Second quarter now from Baltimore. It's the Ravens in possession as they've got it as we resume action. Here's Tucker now out to kick this one away. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. Back on the field come the New York Jets for their second drive. They trail now 14-3, an 11-point deficit as they start things out with a 1st and 10. Now Hall to start the drive. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Yeah, another negative play in an early down situation. This one to start the drive. You're putting a lot of pressure on your quarterback to bail you out when you're in 2nd and long yardage.
Pressure comes, and Wilson's going to go down. Jadeveon Clowney. That is now 2 sacks for him here in this first half. So now Wilson and the Jets with a 3rd and long here following the sack. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. Taken down for the 5th time this game. Multiple defenders there to get him. But Charles, this has been something to watch so far. This is where you really feel for a quarterback. He's been running for his life in this first half.
Brandon, that's 5 sacks already, so you know he's got to be saying, can we get some more guys in here to block, please? Because if we don't, we're going to need another quarterback.
Here's Thomas Morstead now. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. And he'll just punch it out.
What the heck is that, really?
Kick. He'll take it a few steps in front of the 50. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And the Ravens set up well to begin their drive as it'll begin in enemy territory already. Baltimore set to take over here for their 2nd possession of the game. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 to 11.
Because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Well, they approached this drive with a lot of confidence after their last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first 2 throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on 3rd down to get the momentum going again.
Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete.
Give them credit for excellent coverage, tight coverage. They're doing a lot of things that we talk about in basketball. They're causing disruptions in the passing game. And as long as that continues, it'll be tough for them to gain any momentum.
He's got a man, complete. Got a man, it's caught.
Baltimore Ravens touchdown.
Rashad Bateman, 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Ravens' decision to go.
Let's go, Rashad Bateman with another touchdown.
Wow,
Baltimore Ravens.
Woo! Conversion for the score. Defensively, how do you let that happen?
I think you start with the offense and you give them credit for going for it, having that type of, well, let's face it, audacity. But defensively, I think you're right on target, partner. There's no way something like that's supposed to happen in that situation. You're supposed to be able to shut that down and get the ball back for your own team. Instead, they give up not just a big play, but a touchdown.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. Now the Jet offense about to take over as they head out onto the field. And this, let's face it, an important drive if they're going to get back into this ballgame.
Think about going into the locker room down 21-10 as opposed to 21-3. 21-10, a little more optimism.
That should have been a fumble.
The locker room, a little more discussion about how they're going to finish this thing off. 21-3, I think discouragement clouds that locker room.
Yeah, and I think a touchdown much bigger than a field goal on this drive just to get into the end zone and get that momentum. And he's across the 45. It'll be 2nd down.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
Now Wilson. They'll wind up losing 11 on the play. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. Wilson Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it. Offensively lucky they were able to keep the football, but now 4th down, so they'll have to boot it away.
I do think, though, they're going to look at this as a positive. One, they recovered the fumble, so they retained possession. But two, being able to punt it changes field position for them. Imagine if that turnover takes place there. Now your defense has to go onto the field and try and hold. Instead, they get a little breathing room.
Here's Thomas Morstead on now to punt it away on 4th down. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. Taking it about the 36. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. Well, this offense looks like they have a little extra pep in their step as they take the field here for drive number 3, because remember, Charles, drives 1 and 2 both ended in the end zone.
Yeah, right now they've just got to be careful not to lean into overconfidence, because every drive has a life of its own. But I like the way that they've started, the way that they're going about doing things right now. They've got a chance for that 3rd consecutive touchdown, and that would be a crushing blow to the defense.
Now he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. That one good for 26 and a 1st down.
Marty, you know, when we call a game, we talk about Lamar Jackson and his speed, his elusiveness, and the ability to get him on the ground, how tough that is for a defense. But how about his development as a thrower, as a professional?
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Here's Jackson. That is Rashad Bateman on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Ravens are able to widen their lead here in this first half.
Defensively, what they're going to come up with to slow him down, because already we're seeing him run past, over, through guys in order to make these catches. And being able to try and shut him down at this stage of the game, it's going to take a lot of effort. So maybe it'll open things up for some other people.
Well, they better figure something out, and soon. Tucker with the extra point, and the route is on here in this first half. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Now the Jets offense, they get ready to head back onto the field. Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, and this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp, and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
Now 2nd and 3. Now Wilson. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. A new set of downs. I believe they buzzed down. They're going to take another look at this play with all reviews coming from the replay official here in the final 2 minutes of the half. Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Well, here's the call. On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. Connection made to record. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. So the completion good for 7 there. And it'll be 2nd down. Here's Wilson to throw. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Now they got to get to the line quickly. They go play action with Wilson. And this is going to be incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early. And now it's 4th down. Now the veteran Thomas Morstead on to punt it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. This is taken at the 15. A good kick that time, but also a pretty good 15-yard return. And control of the football, switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And with a huge lead already, they may be thinking, hey, our job's complete for these first 2 quarters. Let's get this to the locker room. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one goes for 24 yards. So we're at halftime here in the Inner Harbor with the hometown Ravens on top. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome, everyone, to our brand new studios here in downtown Orlando in the EA Sports Halftime Report. The Ravens were led in that first half by who else? The former MVP, Lamar Jackson. He connected on 3 touchdown passes in those first 2 quarters as his guys have built up a sizable lead here at the break. Final adjustments being made for the second half. Whether they'll amount to much in a game that's already pretty well decided, well, that's another question. Nevertheless, let's get you back out to Brandon and Charles.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Jets going to get the football first, and they trail as well as we get back underway in this second half. And a nice return sets them up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Here's the Jets offense now getting set to start off this third quarter.
CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history. That's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And partner, you know, as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty.
On first down, Wilson. Flushed out right. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be second down. In motion right is Wilson. Well, they'll run it here on the Jets sweep. 6 yards the pickup.
Damn, he jumped.
First down.
I didn't see the jump coming.
No frills, no additives, right? Nothing crazy. Just find a way to pick up the first down. A nice run right there.
On first and 10, it's Hall.
Get him. He's trying to score.
He'll take this down inside the 25. Give him 15 yards on that one, and the Jets move the chains. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. First and 10. Here's Hall again. And now Hall right there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
They went right back to it, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Yeah, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, maybe he was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
Now they'll throw it with Wilson. And he's going to go down here and sack. They push him back to the 34. Odafe Oweh. Who else? He's in there for his 4th sack of the afternoon. So now Wilson and the Jets with a 3rd and long here. Able to complete this one to Tyler Conklin. It's a 15-yard pickup. So let's see what this is about. And they'll accept that penalty. So now then the penalty's got him set up with a 1st and goal. Straight ahead is Hall. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. It'll be a 3-yard pickup, and it brings up 2nd and goal.
He's had success on this drive, but not on this play.
Finally, they bowed up defensively. I think they were determined not to let him take it pretty much all the way down the field.
Yeah, it looks like they handled their run responsibilities correctly this time. What we call them run fits, everyone was in the right place.
Out to the right here to Wilson. That time the completion goes for 4 yards, and we're set up with a 3rd and goal.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran it a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line.
Damn it, they got touchdown.
In the end zone, touchdown Jets.
Get that ball.
From 3 yards out. And the Jets are able to cut into this lead as they score on the opening drive of the 2nd half. Zerline good with a PAT. And the lead is down to 28-10. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. No run back here for Duvernay. Touchback out to the 25. The Baltimore Raven offense returns, and we see wide receiver Rashad Bateman bringing him out. This defense, they wouldn't mind not seeing him again for a while. 3 trips to the end zone. How about that?
I think right now they would happily go to their general manager and say, is there any way you could get a trade for him? Bring him over to our team so we don't have to cover him anymore, because he is really having a heck of a ball game, isn't he?
Boy, he is. I don't know. There he goes, left side. Now he's into the clear again. And all the way in for the Ravens.
Rashad Bateman, Baltimore Ravens touchdown.
75 yards. And the Ravens will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the 3rd. Boy, he has been fun to watch throwing the football in this one. It's certainly not fun for that defense, though, Charles. Now up to 4 touchdown passes in this ball game.
Yeah, we're supposed to be neutral, but I'm feeling their pain right now because he has absolutely carved up this secondary. A clinic on how to attack the defense and take them out of the game.
Now Tucker to add the PAT. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. One of the shortest drives you'll ever see. One play, 75 yards, 6 points. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
And he'll go down. We'll start at the 25-yard line.
The Jets offensive unit ready to get going here.
Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Well, yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that, because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
No gain on the play this time, and it'll be a 3rd and long situation coming up. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play. Back now in Baltimore. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. Third and long, it's Wilson. And he's going to be brought down back at his own 6-yard line. Jadeveon Clowney able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his 3rd sack of the afternoon.
Well, this has to count as a great team effort today, but this man, he's been at the center of all of it. Really special day for any defense to have this many sacks in a game, even more so for this player. One of the best individual efforts of the season.
Here's Thomas Morstead now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Taking on the midfield logo.
So a good punt, but a solid 12-yard return.
And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. The former Minnesota Golden Gopher Rashad Bateman leading this offense back onto the field. What a game for him, Charles. 4 touchdowns. Heck, for a lot of guys, that's a good season number.
You're exactly right. And let's face it, we have to stand up and applaud this one, even though we're supposed to be neutral, because this doesn't just happen by accident. This isn't 4 times where the defense just falls down or breaks coverage. He's worked awfully hard, changing routes, changing areas, changing angles, and getting open for touchdown.
We knew he'd be part of the game plan in a big way, and it has been in a very big way. Now a 2nd and 10. Play action. It's Jackson. Touchdown!
Touchdown, Baltimore Ravens, Rashad Bateman.
And the Ravens start to open this lead even wider here in the 4th. When coaches come into a game preaching total team effort, CD, I think this is the type of ball game that they're dreaming of. It was pretty apparent early on that they were clicking in all 3 phases. It's been fun to watch.
Yeah, sometimes in the NFL you end up with matchups like we've been watching here. And you go back to the early drives, you can just see that one squad was on a different level in this game. Safe to say, we have been disappointed watching their execution throughout this contest.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape up past the 30. The New York set to take the field. Well, it's been a struggle so far for this offense, Charles. It's not only that they haven't been able to put the points up, but really stringing yards together has been a real issue for them in this one.
I'm so glad you brought up the yardage, because I was thinking to myself, we've seen a lot of NFL games, and we've seen our share of lopsided contests, but in almost all of them, both offenses have put up at least 200 yards in a game, but not in this one. This has been a display of offense that, frankly, I think the two of us have watched from behind our hands, trying to spread our fingers wide enough to actually see the result.
Jadeveon Clowney, who else? He's in there for his 4th sack of the afternoon. So now Wilson and the Jets with a 3rd and long here following the sack. Throwing on 3rd and long. Wilson.
He dropped it.
Couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them, because just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
The Jets try it, but the 4th down play doesn't work. And the Ravens get the football back and in great shape. So a risky move that does not pay off. And, Charles, you take it from the defensive perspective. They had to be a little offended there that they even tried to go for it back inside their own 20.
Highly offended. And they took the ball away and gave it to their offense in a great situation. But when you look at this thing in total, when you start taking chances like that, you know what that means? You have to take more chances later. Right? When you
I'm getting on GTA after this if you want to get on with me.
So we can see this thing.
I'm almost done with this match.
Throwing on 1st down, it's Jackson. And his throw here is incomplete. The CD, they're up big, but they're still passing it. I mean, this is an offense that's had a lot of success in this game, and it seems like they're just having fun out there.
And it does feel like there's been a shift out there, doesn't it, partner? Listen, if you're up, you can continue to do what you want to do. It's up to the other team to make you change how you do things. They'll continue to throw it around until stopped.
And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3.
There's a beautiful throw there, and he's been sensational the entire game, moving it around, spreading it, hitting the right guys. And look, under normal situations, partner, I would expect him to come out of the game now. They've got it in hand. But you and I have been around this league a long time, and every time we ask head coaches about it, hey,
that is caught. It's Bateman for a Raven touchdown.
Rashad Bateman for the Baltimore touchdown. Let's go, Rashad.
Another 6 points to what's going to be a blowout victory. Even though they've got this big advantage, Charles. They are not taking their foot off the gas pedal right now.
Well, I think what we're seeing is the result of all their great preparation and great practice time during the week. And even though it seems like this is a great chance to pull people back and maybe, not try and score a few more times, they don't want to do that. I think they're enjoying what they're seeing, the collective effort, and they want to play it all the way out.
I don't need no more points.
Tucker with the extra point, and this one was over a while ago as they just add
They're
on to
gonna run the
that
clock
big
out
lead.
now.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And just shutting him off there. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Back on offense, New York gets set to take over. But we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
Out of the gun, here's Wilson. There's Hall bringing in another one. It's a window and over. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. That one a gain of 20 and a first down. To throw is Wilson. A short throw to Conklin, the tight end. They'll go for a gain of 7, and that's going to bring up second down.
Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he could break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. Wilson will throw again. Oh, he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted.
Yes. Baltimore Ravens intercept the ball.
Just past the 25. CD, this
All right.
defense. At this rate, they're just having fun out there right now.
And normally with this type of a lead, if you're a starter on defense, you're saying, hey, let the other guys play. But with this going on, no one wants to come out of the game. They all want their shot at picking off a pass.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And after the interception, they are sitting in an even better spot with the ball. There he goes, right side. And he makes it all the way down to the 31. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. They run once more with Edwards. And he's able to break through one tackle, but it slowed him down enough that he could only manage getting back to the line of scrimmage. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 54 yards rushing for him now on just his first 3 carries.
I know we're in the era of wide open football, a lot of spread formations, more space, but there's still a spot for power football. And we just saw some of it right there. How about that run?
Yeah, breaking the tackle, and, late in this game, he wants the football in his hands. He's had a good day. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. A lot to praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
And the Ravens are going to have a 1st and goal as he's inside the 10, down to the 7-yard line. Hate to be blunt, but it is just continuing to prove to be the case that this O-line is manhandling this D-line right now.
They deserve to roll up their sleeves and show up their biceps because they're doing exactly what you just described. Manhandling the defensive front. They've got the leverage. They're powering through, and they're controlling this game.
So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. Edwards will take this into the end zone. It's a Ravens touchdown.
Edwards and a Ravens touchdown. Baltimore Ravens touchdown.
So they go back to him again, and he delivers with a touchdown run.
Tucker now for the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. So this drive spans 7 plays.
And it was polished off by the Gus Edwards touchdown run.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
Yeah, they'll be set up pretty nicely here as they have it up to the 35-yard line.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. This is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running a play here offensively?
I wouldn't, because now is not going to erase what's happened during the game. So after it's over, you're going to go to the film, find out where the game was really lost. But this is not a situation now where you're going to make up for anything.
We'll see what they do here.
Well, this was a blowout supported by both sides of the ball today, Charles. It would be easy to look at the offense and say, man, they were clicking, and they were, but don't forget about the effort by this defense as well.
Yeah, they weren't going to let up just because the lead was saved. They wanted to play as big a part in this game as their offense did in making this blowout. They needed to be noticed as well, and they played accordingly.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. The Ravens are victorious here as we say so long from Baltimore.